Hello everyone, my name is Haley-Louise and welcome back to my channel. You may be able to tell I got no makeup on. We're gonna put some on today. Today, as you've guessed from the title, we are going to be testing out some of these bad boys. This is the Makeup Revolution London Ultimate Silicone Sponges. Now, I know that these have been done time and time again by multitudes of people, but I've never tried them. So I want to see if these are any good, how they apply our makeup, is there any difference? I'm going to try these today and see how they work out basically. This ultimate silicone sponge set contains 3 premium grade silicone sponges, perfect for flawless blending with no formulation waste. Ooh, they feel really weird. Okay, so we've got the first one. Where have I got black all over my hands from? What have I been touching? Worrying. The first one we have is a face base, which is that one there, which is a little round one. I'm assuming that's for your face. And then next one we have this teardrop shaped one, which I would assume is more for your nooks and crannies, your crevices underneath the eyes maybe. Yeah, feels like it would be for underneath your eyes, around your nose, that sort of thing. They've got edges on, which is really weird, but they feel like quite squishy and bendy. One on the end here for contour. I do like how they are all named to actually tell you sort of what to use what for. Not all of us are that savvy that we know what to use what bits for. I probably will not end up using the contour one today, to be honest, because I'm not really that big a fan of doing cream contour, especially on a daily basis. I will every now and again if I'm feeling adventurous, but for now I think we are going to stick with these two. This one here is my current beauty blender. It is from Real Techniques. It is the kind of like extra large body and face one. I absolutely love it. This gets your makeup on super duper quick. So yeah, I think we're gonna do one half of the face with Beauty Blender, one half of the face using this, and let's just have a comparison and see the difference. I am going to be sticking with Makeup Revolution or Revolution Beauty today, and I'm going to be using their Fast Base sticks. These, I think there's about 14 shades, something like that. I am going to be using the colour F2. It is just a pan stick one, so I just thought should work. It's the same make. I haven't done anything to my skin yet at all. I'm going to give this a go. So it is a moisturising day cream, cell regeneration, anti-wrinkle, oxygen infusion, argan oil. It has SPF 15 in it. It's from Revuel Beauty and Care. If I can find this online, I will link it as well. I just thought it was really interesting. It was pretty cheap, to be honest. I think it was about £3 or £4. It is for basically every skin type, normal, dry and sensitive skin, so it's suitable for everyone. It is cruelty-free, actively nourishes, intensely softens, protects from dryness and flaking, increases elasticity and firmness of the skin, smooths fine line and wrinkles, even skin texture. I mean, it's all good stuff. I'm not going to use a primer as such, but it does say on the back of here somewhere that it's very good as a makeup base. Allow the cream to absorb, then apply makeup. Oh, so it is good for being a base as well for makeup. So I'm going to see how this holds up as a primer. Usually, to be honest, I wouldn't put a primer on a daily basis. So I'm not going to today. I prefer setting sprays, to be honest. I feel like there's a time and a place for primer, but if a moisturiser can do both, then yay. So for those of you who may have been here for a while, you also may have noticed that I haven't uploaded in like a long time. I've only recently just uploaded again. There's not really too much of an explanation, to be honest. I do apologise to anyone, particularly who was missing my amazing and life-changing content. It's just kind of a thing of life got in the way, and I'm back now and there are more videos to come. I'm going to put a little bit on my neck. This cream feels lovely. Oh yeah. Get in there, moisturise me, make me look like a 12-year-old. Before I forget, by all means guys, if you're enjoying the content, don't forget to give it a good old thumbs up and leave me a comment at the end. Let me know what you thought of this video and what kind of things that you would like to see from me as well. Would you like to see more makeup? Would you like to see more vlogs? Would you just like to see more of me in general? Oh. I'm gonna do this side with the sponges, the silicone sponges, and then this side over here with the Beauty Blender. So let us begin rolling up the foundation. I was gonna do a review on this foundation, but it kind of got away from me, to be honest, guys. What are your thoughts? Because I've heard a lot of kind of mixed reviews on this subject of the Fast Base Stick. I know there isn't just a new one that they brought out, the Conceal and Define. I haven't tried that yet. First impressions beginning now. I'm gonna start patting at my face with basically a silicone insert out of a bra. Do I just pat straight off the bat, or am I best off smoothing? I don't know. I used way too much product. I usually put on that amount and it's usually like right for my face, but as you can see, it looks a little bit caked on at the minute, but overall, let me have a look in the mirror. It's going on pretty smooth. I am going to switch in a minute to the teardrop one to do kind of like my nose and around my eyes and see what happens. Okay, so I'm about to go in just to blend that bit underneath my eyes with the teardrop blender. I feel like this is taking me 3 times as long as what it normally takes me to put on foundation, and I can't really get into how do I do this? How am I going to do this? How do I get into the nose crevice? Could I bend it? Am I going to break it? Okay, so with this I can't quite get into like the tiny little sort of crevice of the eye. I'm going to just try and kind of go over the top. I feel like around my nose this is coming off slightly. As I'm patting it, it's kind of doing its own thing and coming off. And the more that I'm trying to work it in, the worse it's looking, basically. Okay, I'm just gonna pat that bit right in the corner with my finger because this ain't going in there. So, I look like a complete crazy person, what's new? But this is the side applied. I don't like the film being over the fingers, but I mean, I don't think my skin looks too bad around. Where I struggled was once we started to get to the nose area. Don't know if you're going to be able to see that, but it's creasing pretty bad. Any dry patches, it is just clinging to, and as I'm patting, it's kind of grossly coming off on this. Lovely. I'm now going to do this side with the Beauty Blender. I'm going to apply, like I did on the other side, near enough exactly the same amount that I usually do. And we'll see what happens with this. Like again, this is the Real Techniques sponge. Okay, so I know that I'm like ridiculously close to you right now, but this is both sides of this foundation applied. This side was with the Beauty Blender, the Real Techniques Beauty Blender. My skin is terribly bad at the minute, but that's that side. I need to wash you real bad. And then there's this side with the now very sticky skin cell covered side of that. I don't know about coverage overall. I feel like this side is a lot more sheer. The Beauty Blender, obviously, as you go along, does absorb products and removes them slightly, so you kind of do get a little bit more sheer and your natural skin kind of shine through, which I do appreciate. I know I look mental because I've got foundation and everything over my lips. Just ignore that. Look at the foundation. Overall, I feel like this is a more natural finish. It's not quite so cakey, I don't think. Like, I mean, those sticks are pretty full on. I think I would say they're like a medium to full coverage depending on how you apply them. This side also looks a lot more subtle overall. This side makes this foundation full coverage. I could not get right into the crevice of my eye. I did just kind of like pat with my finger, but as you can see, like from this side to this side, this does look a lot darker underneath, simply because I couldn't pat. And I didn't want to go patting too much with my finger, because otherwise that's not a real test, is it? My nose is a bit of a wreck. Bear in mind that I do have, at the minute, dry skin on my nose. There's no getting around that. It's the start of the cold season. Everyone is blowing their nose. But I feel like this side looks okay. Could get away with that. After a quick spritz and a bit of a powder, that's sortable. This, on the other hand, can you kind of see where I've been patting, anywhere that I have pores that are a little bit larger, they are out in force, and any piece of dry skin as well, these have clung to. So a fail on the nose. The cheek though, the cheek area I feel looks pretty good. The forehead as well, absolutely fine. A little bit more shiny on that side, but I think that is simply because you're not absorbing any product. It's kind of not going anywhere. It's just kind of sitting there and then going back and forth between this and the Beauty Blender. I'm just worried that I do like to buff for quite a while, because obviously the further that you buff foundation into the skin, the more skin-like it becomes. But with this, I am just gonna pat for a minute to see if it helps it at all. No, I've just made this whole area 10 times worse. So if you have dry skin on your face, I would not recommend these for people with dry skin or dry patches. What I am going to do now is pop a little bit more makeup on, and I will see if the wear time or anything else layered on top makes it any different applied with a silicone blender. I wouldn't have thought so personally, but because there's more product on my face, I don't know. So I will see you guys in just a sec, just after I've completed my makeup. Okay, so rest of the makeup applied. So obviously the nose situation, I did have to go in, I did try and layer up and put a bit more on with the silicone blenders. I find it's a lot better with this teardrop shape one to kind of like scrunch it, like squidge it in half and go around the areas. I feel like that's a lot more accessible, like you can actually get into nooks and crannies like that, so that is good. Overall though, do I see a huge difference in the finish of my makeup? Let me know what you think. This is the Beauty Blender side. Bearing in mind I've got a lot more product on now, but this is the Beauty Blender side, if you notice anything that I haven't. And this is the silicone blender side. To be quite honest, I really don't notice any difference. The finish for me is near enough the same. Like I said, I feel like it was a lot more full coverage on the cheek area and it blended out really, really nicely there. So I feel like if you are someone who is trying to cover up a a lot of blemishes or imperfections and you want to make your foundation from a medium coverage to a full coverage, I feel like this, to tap it over there, would be great because you're not losing product, you're not absorbing product. And also as well, it's a lot more antibacterial because you are not keeping moisture, you're not adding any moisture or anything to your skin. It is literally just the product. So for that, I feel like that would be really, really good. The nose area was a bit of a struggle. In the end, I literally just put a little bit more foundation on and just tapped it around with my fingers. Pretty easy fix, to be honest. But would I recommend these over a blender? They both give the same end result. Both of these things work. Obviously, you're going to get a lot more time out of this, staying power for not having to throw them away. Like I said, a lot more antibacterial. You're just literally going to wash these over. I would recommend doing like an anti-bac spray on these. Makeup friendly, obviously. Beauty blenders, we know the lifespan. We know that you do have to wash these a lot more regularly, obviously because they absorb water. At the end of the day, they are a sponge. They also absorb a lot more product, whereas with these, you are not going to be minus any product. Apart from all over your hands, which is what I found. As I'm touching this now, all of the remnants of my makeup is all over my fingers, whereas obviously with a beauty blender, it's gross to think about it, but it's all stuck in the sponge. I don't know, take it as a plus, take it as a negative. There are pros and cons to both of them, obviously. At the end of the day, you gotta do what works for you. Will I be using them again? Yeah. I don't see why not. I feel like they are really, really good, especially if you are maybe a makeup artist and you do want to cover up a large area very quickly. I feel like for skin colouring and for tattoo covering and things like that, to build up, because I feel like it does make it a lot more full coverage. So to tap it on like for stuff like that would be absolutely amazing. I feel like it is the same thing. It's not as magical and as amazing as what I thought it was going to be for some strange reason. I really haven't watched a lot of reviews on these. Obviously, I have seen them floating around. There has been a mixed bag on everything. Anytime a beauty product comes out that's a little bit new or a little bit weird, everyone jumps on the bandwagon, and that's fine. I was really late. Like, I've caught the bus 3 streets down, you know? But whatever, I really want to try them. I wanted to share it with you guys because I thought, why not? They do exactly the same job. It's just up to you on how you apply your makeup and how full coverage you want. Like I said, I do feel like it did make this side a lot more full coverage than this side. This side was a lot more sheer. It's entirely up to you and your preference. So there's pros and cons to both. I would definitely say if you want to try it, go for it. I wouldn't say, oh, don't bother. That's entirely up to you. That's it for the end of this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you have made it this far to the end, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the little ding-a-ling bell, because everyone knows subscribe buttons don't mean nothing nowadays. You gotta hit the bell as well, so I'll give you a moment. Okay, done? Cool. I will see you guys very soon with another video. Back in it now, and yeah, thank you for all of your support and for watching, and I see you next time. Bye!